물 진짜 맑다. 물 좀 봐. 사람 진짜 많다.
Follow me out down to the bay. Forget all the worries when you're with me. Let every wave gently kiss away some of the hardness from those brief yet gloomy days. We give you our mess. We're so blessed to have you anchor our hearts and give us a fresh start. Wilderness, we've come for you. We'll misbehave.
냄새야.
하여튼 바닥을 갖다 산을 갖다
나 먼저 가 있을 때 이제 우리 와가지고
오색국수, 명이, 부지깽이, 또 하나 뭐지? 추나물? 추대암.
I just wanna go out and walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out and walk with you. I just wanna see your shadow next to mine, sailing over pavement with our two arms. I like to see the shape you're in from time to time.
Can't help feeling I'd be better off without you. I just don't see the meaning in going back and forth.
여기가 전망대야?
Oh yeah, cause you got a way of
묶으면데?
making me feel like there's nothing that we can't do. But then you turn your back on it, leaving me regretting this now. Baby, you're nothing but a bad dream. Nicotine, tear me up, play with me. When you got nothing to do, you take me higher than an airplane. Insane, just to shoot me down again, like I mean nothing to you. Baby, you're nothing but nothing but a bad dream. Nicotine, tear me up, play with me. When you got nothing to do, you take me higher than an airplane. Insane just to shoot me down again. Like I mean nothing to you. Baby, you're nothing but a bad dream.
저기 올라가야 된다고?
좁아 갈색 고무.
와, 코스모스 바로 옆에 있네.
너무 멋진데?
불편한 거 있으면 가봅시다.
Young, and we didn't wanna be exposed. Even though it was cold, we were never wearing proper clothes. Always trying to be cool, trying to be those bad guys, smoking cigarettes behind the school. Always trying to be cool, trying to be those bad guys, you know. I still think about what we had when we were younger. We were never running.
지금 여기가 수심 2m.
은개나물이라는 엄마 은개나물이 어디 무슨 엄나무순
은개나무.
은개나물,
은개나무.
두릅, 생명이. 명이다. 명이
오늘도
김,
그렇게 먹네. 얼른 못 봤다.
명이 김치.
어?
명이 김치.
그러니까 돈 내라 내가 이러니까 웃음 먹는다고 뭐 이런 거 먹으면 놀랐다가
Summer days they grow shorter with every hour, every minute of every day. Couldn't sleep even if I wanted to. Need to cherish every moment left with you. The leaves change their color, fall is closing in. Break my heart yet once again. Wish I could slow down. Wish I just could stop.
의 신비와 자연의 아름다움이 살아 숨쉬는 울릉도를 방문해 주신 관광객 여러분, 끝없이 펼쳐진 북면 해안선과 송보산, 호기
진짜. 경사. 어?
I've been running most of my life, blowing smoke everywhere around. I've been searching, but I can't seem to find someone that can hold me through the night. I'll count to 10, then open up my eyes. If you're gone, I'll take it as a sign. But if you stay, then baby hold me tight and send me off with the words of a lullaby. With the words of a lullaby. Send me off with the words of a lullaby.
이 길을
숲 이야기 오른쪽.
600m를 더 가야 되네. 숲 이야기.
오빠. 와. 와, 오빠 여기 봐 진짜 예뻐. 어머 이거 갈 수 있어 봐봐.
After hours, after life,
웃긴데?
left behind, all alone. And the sky is falling down, feeling like I'm gonna drown. After all the love is gone, pitch black, not a sound. Nothing below, no one around. You say nothing ever lasts forever, not even us two.
먹어? 먹어? 먹었어? 뭐 흑소야. 울릉도에만 있는.
와 진짜 특이하다.
흑소.
울릉도산이 오징어예요?
속초 오징어. 속초라고? 우와 신기하다 오빠. 와 바람. 그냥 우리가 울릉도라고 생각하면 되지. 와.
짐을
대풍감 쪽은 바람이 꽤 부는 편이야. 특히 해안가 절벽 근처라서 바람이 세게 느껴질 수 있어. 그래도 풍경이 정말 멋지니까 내일 울릉도는 태풍의 영향으로 바람이 강하게 불 가능성이 있어. 드론을 날리기엔 조금 위험할 수도 있으니까 날씨 상황을 잘 확인하고 안전하게 촬영하는 게 좋을 것 같아.
없어. 오징어 무리는 안 돼요.
아 그래요?
지금 오징어 무리는 거무리가 돼가지고 잡채를
내장이야 이거?
먹는 거야 이렇게.
내장이야?
이렇게 해서 이렇게 해가지고
알려주기가 태고의 신비와 자연의 아름다움이 해안 산책로와도 연결되어 있습니다.